G'day guys and girls and welcome back to our little channel, Goodies Beer Reviews. Look what I got today. I've had this before, I think about nearly a year ago, 10 months, and it's when I first started reviewing beers. We didn't have much around here. And one Dana, they've got a few that you'll see popping up at Liquorland, I think. I got this from Liquorland, $3.75. I always say that when I look like it. Yeah, 375ml can. Thank goodness. 6.2% on ABV on this one. It's got a spiel on the back that you literally, you can't read. Oh, I can give it a go. 1.8 standard drinks, very chill. Cheers, glass. Mullem. Sorry, one Dana, and this comes from Mullem. Does it? Mullem? From memory? Well, some joint up there where you pay like 1.2 million for a shack. Mullumbimby, yeah. Man's Road. I've never been there. Mullumbimby. I'm going to have to Google the brewery. Bit of a spiel. It says it is a double dry hopped hazy IPA. That's just the best of everything by the sounds of it. Fermented to kiwi dub. It's got the ingredients, store cold instead of hot. The soft, juicy, hazy IPA was inspired by what put Mullumbimby on the map. No, sorry, this beer does not contain nefarious ingredients other than a fucking host Dr. Kiwi throughout. Oh, look, if you can read that, you can. Like, down the bottom. It's fucking right reading Latin. I did Latin in school for a year. Cornelia et Flavia et... danced around the fucking tree or something. Like, that's helped me throughout life, eh? I think I picked the wrong subjects. Physics. Oh, mate, I'm not an engineer. I do like chemicals. I shouldn't say that. Double dry hopped hazy IPA. Let's go. Let's get back on topic. One-handed disabled opening. Nice firm crack on the can. I'll give it that. Very crisp crackage. Oh, I got to get up a bit. Getting old. I feel old today. Got a bit done around the house though. Screwed together some chairs that needed their screws back in. I dropped a mash. I did a mash for a distilling run. Probably do it in about, I think, 10 days for distilling. I can smell that beer. I can smell it in the air. And there's hops all around. Fucking hell. What's he had? Orange juice looking. Nice looking beer. Very carbonated. I got the feet up in the shed, just kicking back. And I thought, why not crack a one Dana? I didn't want to not, if I've done it before, I just didn't want to not share it with you. That's all. I'll go back and have a couple of, I got my Brewdog Hop Thief in there. Hop Nation, Hop Thief. I get it wrong all the fucking time. This smells very nice. I remember saying this beer, I think, was one-sided. So let's see. Dry hopped beers are usually very, or not very, but they can be potent. Get over there, chair. Potent in their taste. The lady hop, generally. It smells like a big bunch of Galaxy. Geez, it smells nice. I could sniff that a little bit more than I should. Cheers, one Dana. It smells good. Afternoon beer. Let's go. What is it? Saturday. Clouds are rolling in. Beautiful, peaceful afternoon. Good mouthfeel. But then again, 6.2, you're getting up there. You should expect your mouthfeel to get a little bit, smoother and more, dense. And that's it's not Gadungadunk, so I thought there'd be some Gadungadunks in it. It looks like a very nice beer. It smells like a great beer. I'm just seeing, I recall this saying one-sided. I can see why I said it was one-sided. You do get a very prominent, there's one hop. But some of these single dry hopped beers, pardon me, can be really good. And once you get around the first or two big, bold mouthfuls, it blends out. And then if you have another beer, and another beer, and then reassess, have one more, reassess, one more. But on tap, like 6.2, you'd have to be careful. You do get a lot of fruit. It is a bitter beer. It's bitter. It is hazy. It fits the brief. Yeah, I'd say if you see this, give it a run. I think a 4-pack was $24.99 from Liquorland. Haven't seen this, I don't think, at BWS, and you can get it pretty much everywhere around here, so I'd assume Mullem's up here, you see. We're near Mullumbimby. Mullumbimby's a quaint little town. Really wide streets. They've got a good chocolate shop there too at Mullem. A few antique shops to pop into and have a look. I went there a few years ago, Mullumbimby. Can't remember why. And good little stop. Shit of a mountain little road to get there, but it's nice. Better than driving in the city, isn't it? Geez, I grew up in Sydney, and the traffic there was, it was sometimes bad, but it wasn't like today. It's a shit fight how it's changed. The M4, the M2, the M5, the M this, the M that, and mate, I go back there, and when we go on the N7 and it's like you used to drive through the western suburbs or northern suburbs as you're coming in or whatever, or even from south, like up from Goulburn, and you'd see the trees and the towns, and now it's just, you go in a tunnel, it does a 2 or 3, which is a long way in Sydney. Like I walk sometimes up here 10Ks. I'm rooted by the end of it. But 10K walk here will get me just to take my car to the mechanic. One way. In Sydney, you walk 10Ks, you've covered the city 15 times. But yeah, you go in a tunnel, and I remember going in one, had all these fucking blue lights and stars, and it's like watching them. Mate, I only crashed about 14 times. I thought how cool the shit was. Like, there's lights, and imagine if all tunnels were like that. They'd probably cause a lot more deaths because we'd all just stop and want to take photos, get selfies or something these days. But yeah, I think it was coming from this way, going into Sydney, and literally, man, like you pop in, and 4Ks later you pop out and go. I'll give it that. It used to be, a 20-40 minute, like Parramatta Road used to be the only way to get out west, out Katoomba and Penrith, Parramatta. You used to get on the Parramatta Road, and then they built that was pretty much the first, I think, highway in Sydney that really stopped a lot of congestion, or caused it. The M4, I think it was. But then the tolls. I still remember going over the Harbour Bridge when I was young, and the toll lady or man was there in full uniform, hat, fucking professional looking, taking tolls, thanking you, change not a problem. If you had change, you could go into the change booths, and if you had incorrect change, you have to go on the other ones. And now it's all done by tolls, like click, click, click. And, I'm going to tell you this, I don't want to ramble. Anyone who wants to leave can leave now. I'm only fucking talking shit about Sydney and stuff in the old days. Good beer. Definitely good beer. I'm surprised. I like it more. Maybe I've learned to appreciate the beer more than I did before. Really enjoyed it. Really nice beer. Roy, Grifter, Hef, the beer channel, Gizzer. Heaps more. Try this one, yeah. You probably have. I'll Google if you have, but it's lovely. Very nice beer. Mullumbimby. Must be the water. But Sydney, like, at the toll, this is before the tunnel and everything. And you know what? I'm glad at my age, and I'm not like some fucking 80-year-old, but it doesn't matter if you are. I'm just me, I'm not 80, but you just go, I'm glad I saw Sydney go through, you know, the biggest changes, I suppose. You'd say the Harbour Bridge would have to be the biggest, one of the biggest changes, or if not the hydrofoils, the ferries, the old school ferries, the hydrofoils. You know, we on the ferry, we do a crossing the Manly here and there. I'd hang on to the front of the ship. I don't know if it's a fucking bow. I think it's a bow in it. And you hold on to the bow, and when it went down, you get wet. Like, I remember some couple of times you feel like you fucking fly off. It's like the captain was trying to make the shit go harder. To fuck these kids, little pricks. He's probably thinking. But you know what? Then Manly and like it was just Sydney was a Sydney was a it was a working. It was for workers. It was for insurance, for businesses, for computers. There was offices there where people would go into work and they'd have to work there. This whole working from home thing, it's changed everything, hasn't it? We had to have it. We had to have it like an illness to make us actually think smarter and better about to achieve results. And that I think is remarkable in humans. Like you get beaten, whipped as a society. We were forced into things by the government and all that, and I get that, but I'm not going there. But we were forced, pretty much most of us, to stay at home. And everyone fucking would have snuck out for a Bunnings run or, you know, just all of a sudden I started exercising every day, which is good. You know, but it's funny how the beer shops stayed open. People would be dying if they didn't. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. It's come so far. It's come so far, Sydney. And you know what? I'll always have a bit of Sydney in me. Inner Sydney. I will. I know the area still like the back of my hand. And I mean with general streets and stuff, but not with all the new places that have popped up. Streets have been cut off and, you know, I just, I might get back and I don't know, I'm thinking about going back in the next few days. Just want to go back and walk. I just want to walk around and try some of the breweries and see some of the streets I used to like live in and explore. And it's funny, you know, like you see a man walking up the street or woman walk up the street and you know, they've all got a story here, or you know everyone, but you know, yeah, you'd be thinking, what's that guy doing? Imagine it, you're walking around the streets that you grew up there, you know, 40 years ago plus, going, I just want to go, can you stop and tell me your story? I love listening. Anyways, I've rambled on with enough stuff. It's Wandunna Mullem Goodies Madness. It's a good beer. It is a good beer, and it's a good beer to have a yarn over. I loved it. So thanks, everyone. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for listening to me ramble on and be a part of my life. Yous are on the channel, like it or not. Love each other. Take care of each other. I'll probably drop one more a bit later on. I have a few in there to try, but not Thai like last night. I'll catch you at the next one. Love yous.